Hi, it's Dr. Lori. Welcome to Ask Dr. Lori Live. I'm Dr. Lori, the expert PhD antiques appraiser, and I'm going to take your questions live tonight. Thanks for being with me. I want you to remember to share the channel. I don't know, you see, folks are saying you're sharing, but I want to see more shares. That's how you can help keep more videos coming your way. Instructional, informative, lots of fun. Thanks so much for being with me. We're going to have guests tonight. I'm going to go through as quickly as I can. So if you think I'm abrupt, she's very abrupt, she's very bold, she's very rude, please. I'm trying to get through as many people as I can get through because I want to get all of you to get the opportunity to ask Dr. Lori live. So thanks for being with me. We're going to have my guests. Here's my first guest right here. Make sure that your pieces, your cameras are horizontal or in landscape mode so everybody can see your pieces. Hi, how are you? I'm Dr. Lori. What's up?
Hi, Dr. Lori. This is Sarah and Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
And I have this.
Where are you in the country tonight?
Long Island.
Island. You're on the island. Okay.
I'm the Quinnipiac girl.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I see a lot of people, Sarah. So
yes.
What have you got tonight?
So I have this piece.
Okay.
And it does.
How'd you acquire it?
My husband's great aunt.
Oh, okay. So she collected Asian pieces?
Yes.
All right.
And there's a mark on the bottom.
Okay. A lot of you will look at the things on the bottom and I'll say, I need to see a picture of the bottom. I need to see the mark on the bottom. You say there's nothing on the bottom. There's no information on the bottom. Even the form, even if there's not a mark on the bottom, the form will tell me something. So I'm trying to educate you on all the aspects of these things. Don't only rely on marks. Okay. I've got your mark. Your particular piece, is there decoration on the inside of the bowl?
Yes.
Okay, let's see the decoration on the inside of the bowl. All right, so now, well, most of us will use this as a planter. This, of course, is a fish bowl. It's a koi fish bowl. Very, very typical in Asian culture, of course, to have the fish inside. So it's kind of like a ceramic fish tank. People will say, what do you mean? But it's for koi fish typically. You don't have to use it for that. But basically, that's what you're looking at. Your piece dates to the early years of the 1900s. It's Chinese, not Japanese. Oh, it's Chinese, not Japanese. How do I tell? Well, you tell by the different figures, and oftentimes you can also tell by the marks. If you don't know these languages, that's not a big deal. We can, of course, have you recognize the iconography, or that is the imagery. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. So, if we don't have time to learn all these different languages, you're looking at those kinds of things. Yes, the knowledge bombs are coming, Mick. Thank you very much for the super chat and the super stickers. I appreciate it. You are supporting the channel and you're helping everybody to allow me to do more videos. Your piece dates, as I said, turn of the 20th century, early 1900s. It's in very nice condition. And this particular piece is probably, it's probably about 16 inches across, between 12 and 16 inches across in diameter.
15 inches wide and 12 inches tall.
Okay, there you go. And there's a reason for that, because there are certain aspects of the piece that have to have certain measurements. Otherwise, we know it's a knockoff or a reproduction. So This is important too. I always say size matters. Well, it matters in this case too. Value on your piece, just about $400. Thanks so much for being with me, Sarah.
Okay, thanks so much, Dr. Lori.
Regards to Hamden, Connecticut.
Thank you.
So a lot of nice pieces come through. And of course, I see about 50,000 objects. Last year, I appraised about 50,000 individual objects. People will say, oh my gosh, how do you appraise so many things? I see so many pieces that come through. They come through as photographs. Sometimes they come through my public programs or when I'm doing appraisals for folks, all different ways, video chats and such. And we've got another guest. Hi, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
What's your first name, hon?
My name's Brendan.
Okay, Brendan. Now I got to ask the question, and you got to allow this old lady to ask this question. Is it uncomfortable in your nose all the time? Or are you used to it like my earrings?
I'm used to it. And no, totally it doesn't get cold in the winter.
Have you had it a long time?
Yep, almost 2 years.
And do you like it?
Yes.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I've actually sized it up from when I first got it.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Yes. So was it like a big decision or no?
Yeah, it was, honestly.
I like to know these kinds of things.
And it really hurt.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Why? Because it's more cartilage, right?
Yeah, and all your nerve endings end right there.
Oh, well, you're a brave guy. What have you got and how can I help you? Nice to meet you, Brendan.
So I'm a dumpster diver, and I found a Harding Black bowl in the dumpster.
Good for you.
Yep.
That's
And let
wonderful.
me get the signature right on it.
Yeah, okay, I like the signature. I want to. Can we see the
There it
front? Can we see the front, please, first before we go on to
Sure.
signatures? I'm happy about the signature, but I want to see the front. I want everybody to see what beautiful looks like. I want everyone to see what beautiful looks like. Mick, thank you for
know. I
supporting the
love
channel.
this
And
piece.
I think that's a beautiful piece. Look at the way in which the attention to the detail when the piece was actually fired. It's a gorgeous piece. Gorgeous
the
attention to the
sides.
detail. Gosh, that's gorgeous. Beautiful. The way in which the colors come together. Now tell me, where in the world are you?
I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. So you found it in a dumpster in Boston?
Yes, and specifically a Habitat for Humanity dumpster.
Okay, well, that makes sense. Okay. So maybe they were, they have a lot they're doing and they're trying to put stuff up on the shelves and maybe other things. They thought, this can't be worth too much. So when you saw it, did you recognize it from the bottom or did you take it out from the top? Or was it just that you were taking stuff that was in good shape out of the dumpster?
I was just taking stuff that was stuff that was in good shape. So I usually take like milk glass, like stuff that looks interesting, stuff
as long
like
as
that.
it's not broken, right? So condition is your thing, right? Okay.
Yes.
People throw out all kinds of things. Alex is asking who throw that out, but I got to tell you, the things that have been thrown out in the trash, fine art, paintings, fur coats, jewelry, solid gold. You wouldn't even believe the stuff that's thrown into the trash. So good for you, Brandon.
Yes.
All right. So you've got this piece and you saw the signature and you recognize the signature from the latter part of the 1900s or like the 1970s, 1980s?
Yeah, 1950s to 1954 to 1959. It says
What's
on the
the
bottom.
date on it? Oh, there's a date. 59.
Yep.
All right, a little earlier than I would have thought. Okay, great. Value on the piece, about $175 retail. Value on my values are based on actual sales records where similar pieces have sold. Here's what I like about it. I like the shape. I like the curve. The signature is beautiful and very, very representative. So it's authentic, but I like the glaze. The colors are beautiful. It looks great.
I'm in love with the color.
It looks great, and so do you. Nice to see you, Brandon.
Thank you. Nice seeing you too.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
I like Boston. Boston's one of my favorite places. I lived in Boston, worked in Boston for a time, and I really like Boston. But it seems like home New Englander. So Brandon was funny, taught me something about jewelry, which I love. So that was fun. Oh, Mitzi, thanks so much for supporting the channel. Hope you're having fun. Terry, thank you for supporting the channel as well. Yes, you can be guests, of course. And we have, of course, a queue of people who are lined up. We want you to be guests, and we're happy that you're sharing your objects with me and all of the folks here on the channel. I'm going to give you the expert answers, and we're going to get through as many guests as we can. So please, when I'm moving you along, don't feel like, oh, Dr. Lori didn't want to talk to me. I love all of you. I'm just trying to move you along. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you? I woke you up. What's your first name, honey? Where are you from?
Dr. Lori, you know me. I'm Evelyn from Boston.
Hi, Evelyn. How you doing? I got 2 Bostons back to back. Okay. Evelyn, what can I talk to you about tonight? I like your shirt. I like the leopard prints, right? We like the animal prints. Fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got mine on tonight. Mine is marbleized.
Oh,
So
okay.
I call marbled. Yeah, I got my little marbleized. We try to dress it up for you because it is Saturday night. We're all home, so Okay, shoot, Evelyn.
All right. So, Dr. Lori, I was doing my thrift store shopping today.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys can see this. It's an antique. Let me just hold the bottom.
Go easy.
Okay.
I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break it on Dr. Lori's show. Be careful. All right. That's good. That's good. Is there a mark on the bottom?
But this says made in China.
All right.
And I think it's an antique serving bowl.
An antique serving bowl? You know what it reminds me of? The Greeks used to have parties and they take the wine and they take the sediment, the bottom of the wine after they drank all the wine, they take the sediment, they throw it across the room to try to get it into a big barrel. What they couldn't drink was the sediment, the tannins at the bottom, and they throw it across and they throw it into bowls like that. That's a classical style bowl. Big, huge bowl like that. The sediment would go in there, or the garbage, right? Or if you're watching Rachel Ray and she's in the kitchen and she's got that one bowl that she throws all the trash in. Yeah, same type of thing. So that one's made in China and they decorate it so it can stay out. So it can be out on the table as they're actually doing the food service. And I don't know if you remember a couple of years ago in a Chinese restaurant, they actually found one of those waste bowls, as you will, And it was in this Chinese restaurant, and it happened to be worth millions, but it was the waste bowl, and everybody had it. We went all the way back to the Ming Dynasty. Value on your piece, which is made in China, dates to the middle years of the 1900s, so about the 1940s, 1950s. Value on your piece, just about $75. It's a nice piece. How much is it for it?
$8.
Very good. $8 is good. So about 10%. Good for you, sweetheart. Nice to see you.
Thank you. You too.
You're welcome, honey. So a couple things about that bowl. That bowl is nice, but a reproduction of a very classical early style, not an Asian style, but a reproduction of a Western European style, or a style that you typically see in places like Italy or Spain or such. So Anya Nicole, thank you very much. I love Alabama, and I love you too. Thank you for the super sticker. Does a James Sessions Fisherman's Wharf lithograph framed nicely made in Holland have any value? Yes, it does. I'd have to see it. Here's a couple of reasons why I have to see it. I'm not saying that you're mistaken with respect to what you have, but a lot of people make a lot of mistakes when they are A, reading signatures, B, trying to tell the difference between a lithograph, a monoprint, an etching, an engraving, a colotype, a serigraph. You know, they think they might have the right print and they don't have the right print. All that matters for value, right? And then also, I want to make sure that I'm looking at the photograph. I need to also have dimensions because, like I said, you need to know how big something is. So I'll be happy to take a look. You can send a picture there. Thanks for the super chat and the super sticker. I will say that it will have some value. Let's figure out exactly what it would be in their market so I can analyze the market for you. You can do that on our website. So here comes another guest.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. What's your first name and where are you calling from?
I'm Kelly, and I'm calling from Kamloops, British Columbia.
Hi, Kelly. How are things in British Columbia? Good?
Gorgeous.
Oh,
70
gorgeous.
degrees today. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. What
Yeah,
can I
and we
tell
have
you
the
about
grandkids.
today? Thanks for being with me.
Oh, well, thank you for everything you do. We bought this at a garage sale, about 3 years ago now, and it says DUR on it. I don't know if you can see that there. Everything's backwards.
Okay.
We don't know anything about it. We can't find anything about it.
Can I see the underside? Here's the first thing about it. Okay, when you see that, so you look at that thing, you say, I don't know anything about it. You do know something about it. So what's the first thing you know about it? You know that it's hand built. You know that each one of those faces and that form has been built by someone's hands. It's not made in a mold, right? It's not made by a mold. It's not made by a machine. It's hand built. So that's something you know. Okay.
Okay.
And this is what I mean about having an expert talk you through these objects, as opposed to someone who just loves objects as much as you do. Oh, it's very pretty green, and that's why I bought it. That's nice, but that's not really going to help you identify quality. So here's what I want you to understand. So you know it's hand built. Now, how old do you think it is? Do you think it's from the 1920s? Do you think it's from the 1880s? Do you think it's from the 1950s? Do you think it's from the 1970s?
I would think 70s.
Yeah, I would think it's probably dates between 1965 and 1985, right? Why?
Yeah.
The glaze, the quality of it, the style of it. It's kind of big and impressive and bold. Notice again, the color scheme. You can notice those muted colors are a lot more popular in the 1970s, right? And then you're starting to see that I don't think that this was exactly the form that the artist intended. You're like, well, what do you mean, Dr. Lori? Well, you'll notice how it's kind of going like this.
It is going wonky. It's totally wonky. Yeah.
It's kind of wonky, right? Wonky is a technical term, by the way.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
So, so you're looking at that. So maybe that was kind of like one of the first tries. But the faces, each of those individual sculpted pieces are, of course, quite sculptural. And there is a period in the 1970s that relates, in fact, to what's called the sculptural style. The sculptural style in architecture, as well as in pottery, ceramics, and decorative arts in the 1970s. Your Dur piece is worth about $175. But if you had one that wasn't wonky, we'd be talking $300.
Ah, very good. Thanks.
So you bought it 3 years ago, and how much did you pay, and where did you get it?
We got it for $2 at a garage sale.
Great. Did you negotiate them down to $2?
Yes, it was $5.
Wow. Unusual for the Canadians, because the Canadians are so sweet. So, okay. Well, that's good. You should always negotiate. Be polite, but always negotiate. Thank you, sweetie. Good to see you.
Thank you. Likewise. Bye now.
Bye-bye. I like that piece. I like that piece. That piece had a lot of workmanship in it. And that's what I look for too. I want you to identify quality. I want you to look for the workmanship. So not only in that glaze, because that glaze is difficult to achieve. That's not just easy to do, but also in, of course, the types of pieces. I'm moving through these, folks. For those of you who are watching this on the replay, you might say, oh my gosh, she's doing this and I want to know more about that. I don't know what's coming. We don't vet any of these things. We just let folks come in and be guests. So I don't know what's coming. So realize that, I'm looking at these for the first time with all of you. You love uranium glass, Tiffany. Is it worth much or do I need to look for specific things? Uranium glass, Vaseline glass, in fact, and thank you for the super chat, is actually very collectible and popular still. So a lot of people will look at it, this early 20th century type of glass. Many people do collect it. I see it where you can get it for a bargain at auction, but I also see it online where if you analyze the market properly, you can sell it for a good return as well on your investment. So if you like uranium glass, you want to study uranium glass, a couple things you need. You need the loupe. Yes, you do. You need the loupe to be able to identify, of course, the makers of these particular, whether it's Fenton or somebody else. The loupe is easily available. The one that I recommend and all the products that I recommend for your art, collecting, storage needs are at the shopping page at drloriv.com. But I would say, sure, if you like uranium glass, become well-versed in uranium glass and your collection will grow and your knowledge base will grow. And I'll help you with it right here. I talk about uranium glass in some of my glass videos too. Jackie, thank you very much for the super chat, super sticker. I love to see my regulars helping out the channel. A lot of you have been doing that. And I want to thank KNS who did a super chat before. I want to make sure I thank all of them. Just put flowers on it. Yeah, that'll look good. Thanks for the loupe. I got a very nice 14-karat gold necklace for $1. You can't beat that. The loupe is a money magnet. I'm telling you. You look through that loupe, you turn on the light, you understand what's going on with the loupe, and you know what? You're going to do that. And I'm going to teach you about the loupe and how it will help you identify other pieces. I'm going to have you do that in one of my upcoming videos. Here's my next guest. Hi.
Hi, Dr. Lori.
How are you? How are you? We lost your audio. We can't hear you. No audio. All right, maybe we'll get you back. We'll try you again. Okay. My upcoming video is going to talk about how you can use that loupe. That's where I was saying. One of my upcoming videos, here it is. This is what the loupe is going to teach you. I'm going to teach you all about pearls. How do you tell the fakes? How do you recognize the real thing? How can the loupe help you? And I'm going to do that in my upcoming video, which of course is premiering tomorrow on jewelry and costume jewelry, including pearls. So don't forget to tune in for the costume jewelry. I know a lot of you are making a lot of money with it, with my tips, with my help. And I've got a whole new video with all kinds of more new information that will help you to learn some more and to, of course, benefit from my knowledge. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Well, she's doing something else. Hi, honey.
Hi. How are
All
you?
right. What have we got? What's your first name and where are you calling from?
I'm Barbara from Union City, California.
Nice to see you,
And these are-
Barbara. How
Nice
did you
to see
acquire
you.
how'd you acquire your lamp?
It's been in my husband's family for many years.
Okay, so it's got a finial on the top,
Yes.
all one piece.
Yes.
Okay, so it's actually, all right. So it's actually not a lamp. They haven't lampified it yet, if you will. I just made that word up for all of you. Haven't lampified it yet, but they'd lampify that. They'd be like, let's make that a lamp. Okay, so you've got that urn. Do you have another one? Do you have a pair?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, excellent. So on
And
the bottom, there's a mark.
I just noticed there's a crack, it looks like, while I've been waiting.
Yeah, crack's
for you.
not good, Barbara. Crack's bad.
Yeah.
Cracks are bad. Chips, cracks are worse than chips, actually. A crack goes to the foundation of the piece. A chip you sometimes can repair. So the mark on the bottom of your piece, what does that mark say? We had some glare on it. What does that mark say?
It says White Lamp, New York, 3362.
Okay. How tall is it? Is it 12 inches tall?
Mm-hmm.
It's in an Asian style, but it's made in America. It dates to the 1920s, the Orientalist period as they know it. An Orientalist period is a term that a lot of art historians use where it is not intended to be derogatory. It indicates this interest in all things Asian in the decorative arts. That's what that is. Dates to about the 1920s. Value on the lamp with the crack, about $60. Without the crack, about $85.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. My pleasure. So
Bye-bye.
a lot of things I want you to think about when you're looking at condition, and I want you to look at pieces like that. So the mark on the bottom indicated, in fact, where the metal was made. There's another mark that was not visible to Barbara, which was, of course, where that nut and bolt came through and connected it to that metal base. Underneath, the lamp has its own mark on it from where it was made, which is probably also American, but trying to look like it was Asian. So that's an important piece as well. So saw a lot of great pieces today on video chats and also on my online submissions where people will submit photographs to me. There have been some wonderful pieces that I've been seeing. In addition to this piece, maybe we've got your audio back. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori.
Hi, Dr. Lori. Can you hear me?
Yes. Where are you
Okay.
calling from? What's your name?
My name's Don. I'm from Michigan. I bought 3 Linda Myoki pieces at the Salvation Army.
Wow, did you? Well, go blue, first of all, my alma mater, the University of Michigan. Where are you in Michigan?
I got them for $11 a piece.
All right, that's good.
We're in the Detroit area.
Okay, so you're not far from Ann Arbor?
Nope, no, Ann Arbor very well.
Okay, so show me the biggest one.
I'm going to show you this right here.
Wow, nice. Very nice. I'm so proud of you. $11. Did you
And
negotiate? Did you just go, here's $33, I'm taking them all?
Yep, that's exactly what we did. Yep.
Okay.
And there's a signature on all 3 of them.
All right.
I'm gonna see if I can get it in here.
I don't care about the signature so much. Yeah, that's the signature. That's fine. Here's why I don't care about the signature so much. It's great that it's signed. Don't get me wrong. It's good that it's signed. I'm just saying, I want you to look at the piece. I want you to look at the piece to see which piece is better. Okay, so now that one's big and that one's impressive and it's indicative of the artist's mature and characteristic work, all important. But I want to see which one's better because bigger isn't always better, right?
Right.
Let's see some of the other ones. Let's see the other 2. Let's see if you and I will agree on which one is the best one.
I actually like this one the best.
So do I. Very good. I'm proud of you. Good, Don. Great. I like that one the best too. You know why I like it? Here's what I like. I like the juxtaposition of the abstract figures. I like the different colors. And I like the way in which things are, in fact, giving you an idea, like the roundness of the cheek, just with a circle, like the way in which you have the profile, even though you have a straight line. I like the contrast of the colors. I like the wave of the hair. And then the other hair. I like the offset. Yeah. I like
the offset spout. Yes.
That's right. I like the off center of the spout. That's a nice piece. So I'm going to value that one higher than I would the large charger. Yeah. I'm going to put about $200 on that one. I'm going to put $175 on the charger, and let's see the small vessel.
Now this one's very interesting too. This one, what I like about this is
the back.
The hair goes right around the side.
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice one too. Yeah, I think that, they could have done something to it. He could have done the back too, but I like that one too, probably in the 175 range. So 175, 175, 250. I don't know. You're close to $700 for $33. That's a real bargain. Don't forget to watch my real bargain.
Yeah, we watch you all the time.
Maybe you'll see Don there coming up. Thank you so much, Don. Yeah, stay warm in Michigan. That's a beautiful, beautiful set. What a wonderful set. And you wonder, how did they get rid of this? Why did they get rid of this? What happened? But a lot of times it's just not recognizable, or they figure, oh, it's too modern, no one will like it, or they think it's a reproduction. They go, oh, if it's not a Picasso, nobody else should be doing that. But that's a very nice set. And it's not really a set, it's a group or collection. Trisha, thank you for supporting the channel. All of you support the channel in many ways. I appreciate those of you who give super chats and super stickers. I'm very happy that you're obsessed. I'm happy to share the knowledge. I hope you will share the channel. It's really important. So those of you who in fact are doing well and want to share the wealth with everybody, I hope you'll do that on your social media pages or with your friends and family. Those of you who have been sharing, I appreciate the shares and just as much. And I also appreciate the way that you're supporting things like the Dr. Lori Cam and our staff, and of course, making more videos. So I'm trying to do as many for you as I can to share the knowledge so you can learn this knowledge base and learn more and more. Having the guests on is really a wonderful thing that we've been able to bring to all of you. And I'm happy to be able to do that too. When you're looking at ceramics like that, and maybe it's not your style, I want you to look at those, what I would consider unique elements of a piece. So those unique qualities, somebody might call them oddities. I don't really see them as odd, but the fact that that spout was off center is pretty unique. I like the fact that that artist is going the extra mile and putting that image of the hair around the side. And another guest we've got. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Hello.
I'm so well.
Good.
Okay.
I'm Lori. Where are you? And what's your first name?
So I'm Kaylee, and I am in Utah. Let me get my camera right here.
Okay, thanks for being with me, Kaylee. I like all the ships in the background. Are you a sailor? Do you love to sail?
No, I'm a collector. I have just always loved the ships, and I'm so drawn to their colors, the pictures they tell.
Do you sail a lot? Like we should get you on the high seas.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to pull the camera back. This is so large.
All right.
So let me get it all ready for you here.
Okay, get it all ready. Kaylee's getting ready. Here we go. Utah.
All of my husband's help.
Hi, Lori Mikos. Thank you very much for your super chat. Hi, Dawn. Thank you for your super sticker. So it's 3D, this painting.
Yes, it's 3D.
Okay.
It's coming off about 3 to 4 inches on the.
Okay, I see it. So you might call that, it's kind of collage-ish. It's kind of collage, so 3D. All right. And then is it marked or signed in any way? It looks like it's palette knife and oil paint on canvas. And then the applied ornament is there with the sails. Those are called lantine sails. Those sails that are lantine sails, like the ones you'll see on the great caravels. The caravels, that, of course, Columbus came to the New World on. Caravels, the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, caravels. Different type of ship. Then you'll notice the holes, which are where the cannons come through, just in case you've got to, of course, protect yourself from other ships on the high seas. A very typical ship of the 16 and 1700s. Notice also the application of the palette knife on, of course, the waves on the sea, on the high seas. Really a nice work. Can I see the back? Is it too hard for you to turn it over for me?
I got my husband helping me. It's so large.
Well, that's okay. That's what he's there for. Your husbands are supposed to help you. All right. Yeah. So what they've done is they've covered up the back with a dust screen, which is that term for the paper on the back. And then they actually attached those L brackets to keep the dust screen in place and to keep the stretcher bars positioned well, because it's a lot of weight on the front of the canvas. That's the other thing you have to be careful of. So when you hang that and you hang any work of art, I want you to hang it on a hook, not a nail, not a screw. Okay? Any signature on it?
Yes. We cannot make it out. So it's in the corner. We'll try to get as close as we can here.
Is it the signature in red?
It's almost an orange red color.
Yeah, and totally illegible. You can send me a picture if you like, but that's totally illegible. So we'll go by size and we'll go by the execution and we'll go by other elements of the piece to give it a retail value range. So about $175 to about $300 for the piece. And that includes the frame. I'm assuming that the piece is somewhere between 30 and 36 inches. Right? 30 by 36, 28 by 32, somewhere in there?
Yeah, 36 by 40, we think. I don't have my measuring tape.
40. Okay. Kind of a little large for the squareness of it, but okay. Value on that piece, I'd say on the high side, about $300. Thanks so much, guys. Send me a picture. We'll see if we can figure out that signature too.
Okay, I will. Hey, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Nice to see you. Keep hunting. I like the fact that Kaylee had a collection of the same types of pieces. Anytime you add to an existing collection, you increase the value of all of it. So if she loves boats and ships and such, to add to that collection is a good idea. Mary, thank you very much for your super sticker. Very happy to hear that you guys are still, of course, doing that. Corey, thanks for all you do. I'm learning a lot. I'm glad you're learning a lot. I hope you're making a lot of money or finding beautiful pieces for yourself. Oh, I love the little black puppy dog energy shots. Thank you for your super chat. Are there any alloys of gold that are ever so slightly magnetic? Well, typically that test that you use about magnetism with respect to gold. So people will say, oh, I tested it and it wasn't magnetic. Is it gold? This kind of thing. The other thing you're looking at is gold overlay, so be aware of that. And then make sure that you are properly reading your testers. Make sure that you're properly reading that. If you're doing acid tests, please be careful. I'm not a big advocate of those. You can really damage your pieces. And if you need information about, of course, diamond testers, gemstone testers, or other testers, for, of course, any other types of jewelry and such, please, please, please go to the shopping page and review my recommendations. This is from nearly 32 years in the field, right, of knowing what to look for and knowing how to identify these pieces. My recommendations on the shopping page, and go to the shopping page. It'll say go to shopping now. Go to the shopping page at drloriv.com. It's right there. You'll see it. That's the link. And basically, you can click on it and say, oh, okay, this is what Dr. Lori recommends. And I recommend them with thought. I think about this before I put them up on the shopping page, not just any old thing. I want you to get the best things that'll be a good budget price and also something that'll work. All of you are saying how much you love the Loupe, and the Loupe is not all that expensive, of course, to buy either. But again, the testers are going to be very important. I appreciate you doing that. I have a piece of Mana pottery, a Canyon vase marked Mana, Arizona. I know condition is everything. Unfortunately, there's a thin crack at the top, halfway down. Paid $4.25. I'll have to see it, Karen, but thank you for the super sticker. I'd have to see it, but with a crack like that, for $4.25, yes, sure, you should have bought it. Absolutely. But with a crack like that, about halfway down, yes, condition is going to impact its value. However, also the way in which the piece looks, the size of the piece, how it was handled, the execution of the actual vessel is all going to impact value. So send me a picture, I'll take a look. But you can see Mana pottery go as low as $50 for a small piece and all the way up into the $500, $600 range. So let me take a look. Very nice. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I hope that answers that question. Rosemary, thank you for the super sticker. And all of you, I thank you for sharing the channel. It's really important to share the channel. Why? You're going to learn from the community. You're going to learn from me. You're going to learn from me answering somebody else's questions. So the more you share, the more you have more folks who are saying, hey, I found this and this happened to me, Dr. Lori. And then that's going to get, of course, back to you. It's kind of a great way to learn from me through others as well. And you're all supporting each other, which I really love. I love to see the community doing well. And speaking of community, I hope you will subscribe to the channel and hit the community tab. Why? You subscribe to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel, of course, subscribers. It's easy to find. There's a red button that says subscribe. Some of you are watching in different devices, so you have to learn your device, right? And right there, it says subscribe. And then there's a little bell next to it. I need you to ring the bell as well. And the subscription is going to be important so you can get alerts, know when we're doing other things on the channel, and be part, of course, of that community. But subscribing to the channel is very important. Sharing is as well. So once you subscribe, I want you to also use the community tab. And I'm going to show you the community tab. I know they're guests. I know. But the community tab is something that I want you to look for too on the channel. It's right there. It says community. Click on that because the extras are on the community tab. This is where I'm going to put up extras. Casting calls to be with me, for example, and all on my shows. Casting calls, for example, extras, discounts, more information about certain things of what to look for, because I do the whole what to look for thing. And oh, yeah, we got a guest. Okay, we got a guest. I know. I'm okay.
Oh, hey.
Hi, how are you? I'm
Hey.
Dr. Lori. How you doing?
Good. How are you, Dr. Lori?
Good. Where are you? What's your first name?
I'm in South Charleston, Ohio, and this is Scott Center. We actually saw you in Columbus. We love you so much.
So we met in Columbus when I was at the big shows. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So
And
that's
today,
great. I look forward to coming back to, of course, Ohio and everywhere else.
yes, I have this. It's made in Brazil. It's a Winky owl.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
it says made in Brazil.
Very nice.
Yep.
How's the condition of the material? Looks good.
Very good.
Any kind of chips, cracks, inclusions, abrasions. Those are museum words, fancy words from museum registrars. Inclusions, abrasions. What is it? No scratches.
No
No
scratches.
chips out of it.
Right.
Really nice. How big
Yeah.
is it? Can you give me an idea?
It is 5.5 tall by 5 inches wide, and it's like 1.25 inches on the bottom.
How'd you acquire it? Where'd you get it?
Actually got it at a thrift store for $1.50.
Wow, it's worth $425.
Woo!
Fantastic, beautiful piece. And owls are good luck. My dad collected owls. So when I see owls, I like to see an owl.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
beautiful, beautiful piece. It's in great condition. I'm so happy for you. That's a real bargain. Good for you.
Thank you, Dr. Lori. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. I think that's
Yeah.
beautiful. I
Oh.
hope you enjoy it and use it in good health. Right across the eye. Can I see that part across the eye?
Oh.
Yeah, I see a little inclusion right across, right on, I don't know, what is that? The left? I guess it's the left. I don't know left from right. I stink at that.
Oh.
So yeah, that's nice. I like that. That's a little bit of an issue, but that might be a reflection of the actual.
The
I'd
lighting.
say 450 if it's perfect, 400 if you see a scratch there.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, nice
Oh,
to see
thank you
you.
so much. Can't wait for you to come to Ohio.
Okay. Well, that's gorgeous. That was beautiful. See, you can find it. It is out there. I tell you all the time, it's out there. You can find these pieces. You have to know how to identify the materials. You have to be able to recognize whether or not that label and that decal is the real thing or a fake. You know, they're not always the real thing. You have to be able to recognize quality, and you can do that in different materials. I always say it's easier for you if you choose or stick to one particular type or category of objects, as opposed to doing what I can do after, of course, many, many years in school, many, many years as an appraiser, many, many years of looking at objects at a rate of about, as I said, 50,000 objects a year for a long time. I want you to be able to say, okay, I'm going to learn this. This is what I'm going to learn. A lot of you have done a great job learning jewelry, learning ceramics, learning glass. A lot of you have done a great job learning artwork, which has big margins, and you can make a lot of money on artwork. Dana, do you know of a Mexican painter from the 1960s who signs his paintings with all caps in the lower left-hand corner? Raphael. I know of a few. How do you know of a few, Dr. Lori? Because some of them actually are the real artist, and some of them are the reproductions made in Asia and faked to look like his work because his work is so popular. Can I tell the difference between the real and the fake? Yes. How do I help you? Send me a picture of it. I know. People are like, there could be fakes. Yes. So you have to be careful of that. You have to be careful of that. Today, I was able to appraise and tell the difference between a real Jackson Pollock and a fake Jackson Pollock. So that's not so easy to do. Anyway, thank you very much for the last super sticker. I appreciate it. You are helping the channel to survive. If you don't help it, it won't be here. Nat, thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Even though you're a Buckeye, this Wolverine will allow it. But thank you very much for being a big part of our community too. Veronica, thank you very much for the super sticker. And Laura too. Thank you. Hi, Laura, her pretty red hair. So thanks so much for all of those. And thanks for your questions too. I'm happy to have the guests. I hope you're enjoying the guests. A lot of you have been telling me and the staff how much you're enjoying seeing all the guests and seeing everybody's objects live. This is Ask Dr. Lori Live, where you can ask those questions, get those expert answers from me about the objects. So we've got guests, of course, coming up, and I'm going to continue to answer your questions. Anything you want to know, I'm going to help you with that. Here's my next guest. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. How are you? I can't hear you, hon. Can't hear you. It looks like it might be Mary, but I can't really hear.
It is me. Sorry, I muted it because it was noisy here.
Oh, that's okay. It's nice to see you. How are you? Where are you calling from, Michigan?
I am back in Michigan. Yep.
Okay. I try to remember
And I
all
got
of you,
these-
but there's hundreds of thousands of you, so it's not that easy. All right. What have we got? So you got
I picked this up in Florida. It's a registered spinel on the Presidium, and it's 925 Italy.
Okay, let's stop a minute.
Yeah.
Mary said some words that some of you may not know. She said, registered spinel on the Presidium. The Presidium is one of those testers on my recommendation. Okay, my recommended shopping page. The Presidium is one of the recommended testers. It's said it is a spinel, which is a particular type of stone. So you want to understand what you're looking at. You want to understand how a spinel will work in the marketplace. Right? Italy, and what else is it saying?
It's sterling. It's 925.
Okay, so it's
It
sterling.
says Jordan Marsh on the box. I don't know.
Okay,
if that's anything.
it's a nice set. Probably the set has a secondary market value just around $450 because it is a spinel. It's got sterling silver and it's made in Italy. Time period late 1960s. Thank you, Mary.
Thanks.
Good to see you. So lots of cool stuff that you can pick up all over. And, you know, it seems like Mary, I guess, was in a different part of the country from where she is normally or where she lives. and had an opportunity to go thrifting. When you do that, a couple of things I want you to remember. First of all, remember to try to get the pieces that are indicative of that place because you have an opportunity. Kind of like souvenir shopping when you travel. You don't always have the same opportunity to get those particular items when you're back home. So if you can get those pieces that are indicative to the place, then you have the opportunity to get something special. So always try to pick up something special. The other thing is how fun it is to, in fact, shop in a different place. It is a lot of fun. What Year Range was hand painted in Hong Kong for porcelain done. Ohio misses you. I miss everybody, but I see all of you all the time. It's wonderful to see you. It's great to do this virtually. So you might mean Hong Kong. I'm going to assume you mean Hong Kong and when. So you got to do a little bit of a history lesson about, of course, Hong Kong. And that's the easiest thing to do. Those are some easy answers. Ask yourself those questions. If you were this object, how old would you be? Right? So if you were marked in a certain way, and that's one of the things that I want you to think of. Is this a 19th century object? Is this a 20th century object? And how does all of that work? So also, I want to remind you that seeing the actual object, it will be different for each object. So send me a picture. You can do it easily at drloriv.com. And while I'm talking about drloriv.com, which is the website, I want to remind you to subscribe to our newsletter. My newsletter at drloriv.com, of course, is free. And you can sign up to the newsletter and subscribe there to the newsletter at drloriv.com, which is the website. And you can, of course, get a lot of information, get my regular information. That's also the place where you can read my blog, which gives all kinds of tips and more tips that I, of course, give there. Research, a lot of research articles are also at the website. And you can also, of course, sign up for that newsletter, and you'll get a newsletter with information from me regularly. So hope you'll do that too. Hi, Liz. Hi, Dr. Lori. Got a Gumps 14 karat carnelian beaded necklace. Okay. Online auction lot. Sending pictures to you for appraisal. Paid 1.5, so $1.50. Ruby has similar for $47.50. Okay. Here's the thing. List sales. I'm going to assume that means you saw it on another online selling site for almost $5,000. You paid $1.50. Now, it's very possible that you have a similar thing, but a list price is not a retail price. It's not based on actual sales records, okay? A list price is a hope, a wish, a dream, right? They can put any number on it that they want. Let's see the piece. I will look at it. I'm glad to hear you're going to send me a picture. I will look at it and give you, of course, what is the analysis of the market and what's the appraised value, the true value of it, based on sales records where similar pieces have sold. So yeah, it might be a big winner, but if you only paid $1.50, it's probably going to be a big winner either way. If it's 14 karat gold, of course, you have a piece that is definitely worth more than the $150 that you paid. But let's take a look and let's see what's what. I wanted to remind you also, when you see these beads, I want you to see a consistency of color, right, for these types of beads. And I want you to also see a consistency of shape. What to look for is what I teach you. We all know what we love. We all know what our taste is. We all know what we like. But I want you to know what to look for, because what to look for is going to be the quality, so you can increase in that. Hi, Kristen. Beautiful picture of you, Kristen. Pair of solid mahogany coaching tables found at $5 at Goodwill. Okay. Brass hinges, no maker's mark, 27 high, 1924. Very good condition. Okay. Well, first of all, it's solid mahogany. Don't poo-poo the solid hardwoods. Oh, it's brown furniture. Nobody wants that. Guess what? Those are the pieces that people want. They stand the test of time. So you have a pair of coaching tables. I would say in good condition, you're probably looking at the low end about $500, at the high end about $750. But I've got to see them. I've got to see what kind of legs they have. I've got to see. I like the hardware. Sure, you noted the hardware, which is important. But I want to see the legs. I want to see the proportions of the form. I want to see if there's any nicks or scratches or loss of the staining and such. But solid mahogany, wonderful coaching tables. And the coaching table form goes all the way back to the early part of the 1700s. You're very welcome, Mary. You had beautiful pieces. Thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate that. That was a lovely set. And you were smart to pick up the set and the original box, too. So that was great. And I'm glad that you are shopping. But you know what to do. You get out the tester and you use that. Oh, we got another guest. Here we go. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Dr. Lori.
Hi.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Tell me your first name and where are you calling from?
Joshua. I'm calling from Hillside, New Jersey.
Terrific. How are things in Jersey? All right?
Yeah, doing good.
All right, honey. Nice to see you, Joshua. All right. What's happening? What can I show? What can I talk to you about?
I've got this glass vase here. You can see that.
I can see that. Why are you saying it's glass? It looks like it's ceramic.
I'm sorry, ceramic. Yeah.
Okay. No, I just wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt, honey.
Just to show you like the color difference. This is a white copy print.
That's a white balance. Are you in TV, Joshua? Because that's what they do before we go on TV. They give me a white balance. So, all right. I like that. The white balance is important. What he's showing me is actually the color of the glaze. Because I bet you Joshua knows something about Asian ceramics, right, Joshua?
Actually, I have no clue.
Well, then why did you do the white thing?
Well, because maybe I'm not sure if this is ceramic or I've seen some things about stoneware.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this is, but
if it's porcelain or if it's stoneware, right?
Yeah. How can you tell the difference?
Whiter will usually be porcelain. Porcelain is lighter. This is what to look for. Porcelain is lighter in weight. It's whiter. Show me the bottom, the underside.
Okay.
Okay, you see that right there? So now they've glazed over it. That piece is a piece of stoneware. Okay? Because when you picked up that white, that was a very good thing you did, Joshua, and you didn't even know it. See how smart you are? The white actually shows you that you did not have porcelain, that you had stoneware. And the stoneware is kind of more of a beigey color. Okay? And you can see that not where the blue was on the underside, but where the rim was. The mark indicates that the piece is Chinese. The mark indicates that the piece dates to the early 1900s. And I'm going to indicate that the piece is worth about $90. How much did you pay?
Oh, $3.
There you go. Nice, Joshua. Good job. Anytime you want to do that, that's a great way. That's a great tip. Joshua just taught you all something with my help. Joshua just taught you about that idea of, again, the brighter and whiter the clay indicates that you usually have porcelain or you have higher quality pieces. Stoneware is a ceramic, and so is porcelain. It's a ceramic. So, he was getting a little bit of terminology, but I wanted to just, get him on the right path, and that's what I'll do for all of you. Loretta, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that, and I'm happy to share my wisdom. I'm lucky to have been able to study it for so long, so thank you. Joshua, thank you from Jersey. Hi, how are you? I'm Lori.
Hi, Lori. I'm Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
From Atlanta.
Hot Atlanta. How you doing? How you
fine,
doing?
Thanks. How are you?
My friend Shaquille O'Neal from Atlanta. I love Shaquille O'Neal.
I know. He was at the Longhorn, and I was supposed to go that night, but I
he
told the
didn't.
kids no, and we missed him.
He was supposed to buy me dinner, and he missed me. How did you miss him? He's a nice guy. He's a nice, darn nice guy. I like him. Okay, anyway, enough about him. I still love Dolly Parton, and I haven't been back to Knoxville to go meet her. I got to meet Dolly.
My cousin is best friends with her. He's constantly putting pictures on Facebook.
No, well, that's just stinks. Your cousin that I want to meet Dolly. Okay, anyway.
I'll try to hook you up.
So, anyway, what have you got, honey?
I've got an impressionist art painting.
Impressionist doesn't look too impressionistic to me.
Well,
more modernist than it does impressionist.
Okay.
More modernist than impressionist.
I shouldn't. Yeah. I looked the guy up, and that's why I said it.
You can't make any mistakes here, Stephanie. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. All right,
It's
so modernist piece, portrait. How did you acquire it?
Estate sale.
Nice.
Of the neighbor.
Okay, nice. All right. Is it signed at all?
Yeah, I signed Ralph Rosenborg.
Oh,
and
all right.
It says 1975.
1975. Okay, I was going to go 60s. So 1975, known for this characteristic style. Portraits don't always sell as well as landscapes for some. It's a nice modernist piece. It's indicative of the artist's characteristic style. It's worth about $200 framed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, I love Atlanta. Atlanta's fun. I like Marietta. I like Papacitos. I like a lot of things about Atlanta. But of course, and it's a wonderful, warm city. I don't like the driving in Atlanta. I have to have a driver in Atlanta. It's like in, out, here, there. It's like, I don't know how they do it. And they're in traffic. I don't know. Some of these traffic places. I take New York City rather than Atlanta to drive. That's just my opinion. Okay. Thank you very much, Patricia, for your super sticker. I appreciate you supporting the channel. Ask Liz. Thank you very much. You and Donald love me. I love you guys too. And I'm happy, so happy about, I love Marietta. I usually have that salad, that taco salad at the Papacitos in Marietta. Anyway, never mind. I can't talk about food now. It's too late. You can't eat after 6:30. It's a whole thing anyway. All right. So having said that, I hope you're enjoying, of course, this show, Ask Dr. Lori Live. Hi, Rose. 3-footed teapot, looks like red coral, has a lid, 2 embossed dragons on 3 panels, has an Asian mark at the bottom. Is this coral? Okay. Well, it could be carnelian. It could be coral. It's probably carnelian, however. So I'd like to take a look at it. Is there any metal around it, like where the feet are? Is there a metal sort of ring? Is there a metal ring at the lid? That's another thing. And an Asian mark, the thing about an Asian mark, just like it's an Asian mark, I have no idea. There are ways to actually start to learn that, to recognize whether you have a Queen Long mark or whether you have a Kutani mark or what kind of mark you have. And I talk about these when of course, on my research pages at drloriv.com. You can do a lot of your research work there if you want. But basically, when you're looking at it, I'd like to know if there's any metal connected to this. You're saying it's 3 feet and that it looks like it's a little teapot. Are there other pieces that go with it? So typically it's going to be carnelian. You'll also see the carnelian pieces that are snuff bottles. Those too usually have an Asian 1 stamp on the bottom of the piece. Thanks very much for supporting the channel. And yes, Chris, you got in. I'm so happy. So nice to see you. A super sticker from Mick. Thank you very much, Mick. Mick is a jewelry designer too, loves jewelry. Hi, Chris. Thanks for the super sticker. When I see the super stickers, I know that you're telling me that the information that we're providing here on the channel is helping you. And that's why I do it. I do it to help all of you. Here's another guest. I hope you're enjoying the guests too. Hey, we've got an animal. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you, Dr. Lori?
I'm good. What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Sheila, and I'm calling from Springfield, Ohio.
Okay, Sheila, now why did you pick this? Because this thing is a little off-putting. Like, this wouldn't be the first thing that I picked. So,
well,
why? Do you have 2 of them?
I have 2 of them.
Oh my gosh, you've got 2 of these ugly things.
They say Eximios, Italy on the bottom.
Okay.
And I've heard that Italian ceramics are quite collectible.
Well, Italian ceramics are quite collectible. All ceramics are quite collectible. So did you get a bargain?
The pair for $23.
Okay, so you did very well. Were they marked at $23 and you got them for $23 and you paid the full price, or did you negotiate them down?
They were marked $50 and I got them for half off.
All right, okay. So why did you get them for half off? Was it just a nice smile and a polite request, or was it something else?
It was a bargain day at the thrift store.
Okay, great. Okay, so that's wonderful. So you thought, oh, you know what? They're Italian and they're pretty nice. How old do you think they are?
Oh, I really don't have any idea.
Yes, you do. Have an idea. Figure it out. What do you think?
1990s, maybe.
You think they're from the 90s? You don't think they're from the 60s?
I don't know. They just don't look that old. There's no crazing.
No crazing. So they probably weren't in a place where temperature and humidity is going to change. There's not a lot of glaze on top of them. They seem to be just directly painted and that's it. So you don't have as much crazing if you don't have as much glaze. Not as much glaze, not as much craze, right? I've said that many times. That particular set's worth from about the 1980s. So you were close. And value on 1 is about $100. Value on 2, about $220, right? Because you get about 10% more for collection value or having the pair. They're worth about $220 for the set. So you paid what, 10%?
Great.
Great for you. That's great for you. They're very nice. I think that the type of animal, I don't know if I'd want them around my house, but in terms of collectability, she's right that certain types of ceramics from certain places are valuable. If those pieces were a similar figural kind of form from the 1960s or so, you probably would be looking at a very, very nice return on investment. But I was happy that she liked sort of the form. And remember that typically birds are collectible that lots of people like to collect, just like the way people like to bird watch. So yeah, they're nice. They're nice. And the mark, of course, helped too. See, thank you very much for the super sticker. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. And a lot of the community here at the Dr. Lori V channel are, of course, realtors, clean out folks, estate folks, people who love the treasure hunt, the people who do metal detecting and such, or who follow me on Oak Island, of course, and the History Channel and other places. But basically, a lot of these folks have been following me for years and years and years. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hi, I'm Dr. Lori.
Hi.
Dr. Lori, hi. You were a million miles away. You were in Fiji. You were
Yeah.
eating bonbons by the sea. You were on the beach.
I am. I'm in San Diego.
Well, there you go. San Diego, beautiful San Diego. I love the Coronado Bridge. I love the Hotel Del. I love San Diego very much. It's a wonderful place. So
Yeah,
how are
it
you?
is.
What's your name?
My name's Amanda. And
Hi, Amanda. Who's
Hi.
that? What's that? Is that a dog or something on your lap? Oh, no. It's a Beanie Baby.
Yes, these are very popular in my childhood. And we were going through actually my husband's bins of stuff because we're getting ready to actually move.
Okay.
And we came across this. We were looking at it online and noticed that
everything is all different. There's this question. There's that thing. This one's $1 million. That one's 600,000. This one's $4 million. This one's $2. That one's not right. It's wrong generation. It has errors. It doesn't have errors.
That's right.
It's PVC pellets. It's PE pellets. It's made in Indonesia. It's made in China. Do you see why I'm the expert at this? All of it. I know all of it. I know every single one of them. I know the dates. It's a whole thing. And here comes the bad news for that squirrel.
Okay.
It's not one of the most popular ones. It's not one of the most valuable ones, but many of them are very valuable. That one's worth about $10.
Okay.
Yeah, but others might be worth more, actually, based on actual sales records. And just today, I appraised one that was over $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So you've got to have all the right things. It's kind of like all of the things have to be in the row. You have to have everything right on the object. And remember, with Beanie Babies and all stuffed toys, no stains, no odors, no pets.
Right.
It has to really be like you just bought it and put it into a plastic bag or a plastic box and never touched it and didn't even look at it too much. That's how they are. So
yeah. So I guess my kids will like it more than
I think it's a great thing for your kids, but if you have others, it might not be the same story.
Okay.
Okay. And remember right now that you're seeing a lot of them in the market. So if somebody says, oh, no, it's not worth that much, don't listen to the trolls. Don't listen to the naysayers. They're trying to get you to basically take down or lower the price. Keep your price. Once you know the appraised value, go for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So when you're talking about Beanie Babies and other pieces like that, I want you to be aware that they're not all created equal. Just because one may not be valuable, another one might be valuable and typically is valuable. So don't just go, okay, they're all worth nothing. Be aware of that. Thank you so much, JK. It's nice to see you. And thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I appreciate you supporting the channel. And that's what you do with the super chats and the super stickers. Yes, I've evaluated many comic books over the years, including a comic book that many people know very well, which of course is DC Comics #1. And that particular comic book worth more than $1 million. And I appraised that for, of course, a celebrity client of mine. But wonderful comic books, and even the ones that maybe you've been collecting over the years can have significant value. Hello, Suzanne Marie. Nice to see you, and thank you for the super sticker. Super stickers help support the channel, and it helps me to make more videos, and it helps me when you say things like, Dr. Lori, we need a close-up camera. So thank you for all the super chats and super stickers. You said, Dr. Lori, we need a close-up camera. And what did I do? I took that and I used it for of course, the Dr. Lori cam, which we use often, and everyone says, we love the Dr. Lori cam because it shows you those details that I want you to learn about when I show you what to look for. And that's what I'm doing to utilize my expertise, my PhD in the field of art history, and also, of course, my other degrees in history and museum studies. Hello, I'm Dr. Lori. Thanks for being my guest. How can I help? Where are you calling from? What's your first name?
Hi, Dr. Lori. I'm calling from Raleigh, from Wendell, North Carolina, which is right outside of Raleigh. And I'm
Research
Dana.
Triangle, right?
Yeah, well, it's a little bit further away, but that's close. Yeah.
General area, right?
Yeah.
I got myself in the general nation. All right.
Yeah. So I was the one that did the super chat asking about the Raphael painting.
Oh, great.
This is actually the painting behind me.
Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. And this is great. You were able to get on. That's super. Okay.
Yeah,
I super.
took a chance.
Can you show me the back?
Oh, hang on one second. And this
what do
is
I like about it? I like the geometric nature of it. I like the way the application of paint is. I like the color palette. I like the composition. Let's see the back.
Oh, okay, hang on.
Take your time. Don't hurt yourself. Don't rip the painting. Don't hurt the wall.
So
I know
this
it's like
is the back.
12,000 things you got to do. Oh, I like the back too. Can you go down? Can I see the bottom? The bottom side of the back? I'm sorry, you're upsetting your whole house. Be careful as you lay it on the couch. You don't want to puncture the canvas. Excellent. Can I see the front? I'm sorry. No, you didn't expect to do this. It's a free for all at Dr. Lori.
I thought it was a possibility.
Okay, sweetie. Okay. Yeah, I like it. All right, let's see that signature. I like it so far without even caring about the signature. And down a little bit farther so we can all see it. It says 67. It's RAEF. There's not two F's, right?
I think that's actually two F's.
You got to go down farther.
Oh, sorry.
There you are. And over a little bit more. R-A, that's an E, baby. That's not, that he didn't finish it off. It's R-A-E-F-E-A-L. There it is. You got it. Value on R-A-F-F-A-E-L. That's the right one. Okay, value on that piece, $450 to $500 with the frame. Here's what I like the best. I like the clothesline with, of course, the white clothes off of the balcony. Very, very typical of his work. It's the correct period. So I'm looking at that 1967 date and I'm looking at the back of that stretch and I'm saying, yep, that's the right thing. You have to be able to look at the materials and identify time period. Good for you. How did you acquire it?
I bought it at somebody who was doing like a garage sale and I paid $10.
Gotta
They
like
wanted
it.
50 and I had been watching you and I was like, well, let me try to negotiate her down.
And it worked, right?
Yeah.
And it worked. I'm telling you, my tips work. My tips work. This is not magic. This can be done. You can do it. You're going to succeed. Follow me, and share it. Share it with people so I can continue to do it. If you don't share, I can't. TikTok, what cleaning should I do to the art before I list it to sell? Should the acid mats be replaced as well as the cardboard back on prints? Okay, hold the phone, back up the car. Wait a minute. Here's the thing. I understand that you want to clean it, okay? First of all, I'm going to tell you a very quick story. It's 1999. I meet a client and they have two beautiful colonial period portraits. And I tell them, oh, they're beautiful, wonderful portraits. He shows me one gorgeous $25,000 at the time. Okay. Beautiful colonial period portrait down in his family. He shows me the second one after we went online and he himself decided to clean it. He followed an internet site to clean it and he ruined the painting. If you are not a professional conservator, be careful before you say, I'm going to clean a painting. Okay. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell you. Second, you can, in fact, replace mats and such before you want to sell them if you use quality materials and you know how to remat them and reframe them. A lot of you do. A lot of you are professional, framers, and you know how to do this, and you know about the framers' points, and you have all the equipment. Just make sure that it's acid-free materials. However, if you get into that piece and, this print is damaged or there's something wrong as you get into underneath the mat, you have to be careful. And if something, of course, is glued down, you have to be careful divorcing it, or you may make a decision not to divorce it or take it or unglue it from the backboard. So be careful. If you don't know what you're doing, do nothing. And then don't put in anymore and just tell the potential buyer, I'm not going to do anything else to it. I'm going to let you decide what you want to do. You choose the frame that you want. You choose the mat that you want. And I'm going to take a little bit less in terms of selling. But it's really up to you. I would like to see the piece before I make a recommendation of what I would advise you to do, as opposed to doing it this way. But just be careful. I know you want it to be clean and beautiful. So, of course, it'll attract more buyers. I get that. But I want you to be careful. Thank you very much for the last 2 super stickers. I'm happy to share my knowledge as long as you're happy to share the channel. So we've had a lot of nice guests, lots of things happening tonight. And here's another one. We're going to just keep going. Hello. Uh-oh, we're doing interior decorating. Well, I'm waiting for you. Hello. This is Dr. Lori and I must be muted. Oh, God. He's going to break the painting. Hello. Hello, you're back. Nice of you to join me. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. How are you doing? Uh-oh. Now you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? How are you? How are you? I'm waiting 30 more seconds. Okay, I'm not waiting 30 more seconds. You got to be watching. I mean, come on. Doing this, doing that. Maybe we'll be able to get back to him. But anyway, so I want you to just be careful when you're doing these kinds of things. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. How are you?
Hi, good, Dr. Lori. How are you?
I'm good, sweetheart. Where are you calling from and what's your first name?
New Jersey, and my name is Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
What can I help you with tonight? Thanks for joining me with Ask Dr. Lori Live.
Ah, thank you very much for accepting my call.
Sure, I'm happy to take your call. Wow, that's big.
Yes, I have 2 of these, one in each corner. So I'm wondering if you could see it. This is about 6 feet tall, a little bit higher.
Okay.
And then it's a pair. And then this one is the other one. It's about 5 feet tall.
How did you acquire it? Was it in your family?
Yeah, no, my mom purchased them around 25 years ago from an antique dealer in Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay. One of them is the real thing and one of them is a reproduction.
Okay.
Are you aware of that?
No.
Would you be able to guess which one is the real thing and which one is the reproduction?
Maybe the one with the pomegranate is the real one?
Is the real one. You're exactly right. Good job. Okay. Very nice. Yeah. Okay. Here's why. A couple things. First of all, the gilding, the size. The other one is just too big. And then also the decorative elements, the way in which those elements are put together. Now, I've appraised others of these that people say, oh, no, that one's the reproduction. And there are a lot of nuances to these pieces. Yours was pretty easy only because it had, of course, the pomegranates. Pomegranates being, of course, symbols of fertility. In, of course, Western culture. In Asian culture, pomegranates relate, in fact, to prosperity. And value on that piece, which you said was about 5 feet, maybe 5.5 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. The 5.5 foot one, you're probably looking at about $1,250.
Okay.
Your other one, right? Your other one, Chinese reproduction, trying to look like a different style altogether. Value on that one's going to be about $200. What do you think your mother paid all those years ago?
She paid around $2,500 for both.
Okay, so she did okay. So yeah. The one that you have, of course, the one that's I would say is about 5.5 feet tall, about Dr. Lori's size, because I'm like 5'6" or so. It's basically a very nice piece, and one that I hope you will keep in good condition. I'm going to make one suggestion. I hope you don't get upset. Try to get it away from the window. The window is temperature and humidity changes. If it's too close to the window, because it's rather old, it could actually have some problems with the gilt popping and also could have other issues. So I would suggest a place that isn't near a window.
Okay. Yeah, I'll move them into the bedroom.
Interior wall instead of an exterior wall, even in the same room, just on the other wall because
on the other
the
side.
Window's right there. Nice to meet you, sweetie.
Nice to meet you too. Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thanks. Those were very nice, but a good example of what, of course, we're starting to see. So you start to see, some are the reproductions, and there's a lot of Asian ceramics that are reproductions, and there's a lot of Asian ceramics that are beautiful, authentic, real things. Hi, I'm Dr. Lori. How are you? What's your first name? Where are you calling from?
Dr. Lori, my name is Paula, and I'm from Stockton, California.
Hi, Paula.
I just found you today, and I sent you a message that I'm obsessed with you, and thank you for your staff for just everything that you do. This is amazing. I love going vintage and antique shopping and thrifting and Goodwilling, and this is such a awesome platform that you have. So thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to hear it. I'm proud of it. I have to tell you. And my staff is fantastic. I would be able to do none of it without all of you and without them. So I get all the accolades and all the praise, but I'm happy to share my expertise, but without them, I really couldn't do all that we do. And I'm happy that you're here with me. I'm happy you just found me today. I hope you'll share it with everybody and shout it from the rooftops. But how can I help you today?
So I have this book by Henri Matisse, The Verb. It's his.
You do. Look at that.
Yes, and it has the dust cover. Unfortunately, it has. So I purchased it because my sister took me to the SF Museum of Modern Arts. I fell in love with his work and everything. So I purchased it for $1,500. I loved his work regardless. It does have damage. It does have writing on the inside. And then and I should be wearing gloves, but some coffee damage.
So it's water damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you learned about his cutouts at the end of his career. Of course, he dies in 54 and all of this. So he does the cutouts on his deathbed and moves them around. They're beautiful. Verve is a very, very famous artist. It's a work of art in and of itself, that particular book. And there are lots of books today, of course, in the news. Dr. Seuss's books are in the news, and other, of course, art books are in the news oftentimes. This particular book, you paid $1,500 for it within the last year?
In 2018.
Okay, all right. So that makes sense. So a couple of things. In 2018, that book is probably worth about $2,200.
Mm-hmm.
Today, that book is probably worth somewhere around $1,800. Okay? So you're still ahead of the game, but you're not as ahead as you would have been. Why? Condition is part of the issue. And also the fact that you are seeing this particular piece in a market that is now, for these types of pieces, sort of in a down, and then it will come back up, of course. Art always holds its value pretty well. So this particular piece you have with the dust jacket, and then you also probably have seen others online selling in that neck of the woods. Where do you keep it and how do you keep it? Do you keep it always standing upright? Do you keep it laying on a table? How do you keep it? How do you store it?
Good question. Yeah, I definitely keep it. It's in a closet, laying flat. I have some silk on top of it.
Okay, could you put silk underneath it too?
Oh, definitely. I could definitely do that.
Here's a quilt. I wouldn't use a quilt per se, but something that's white cotton or silk, as long as it's not printed, no printing on the silk.
Okay.
Okay, and then I want you to put it down because I'm trying to put a barrier between whatever the shelf is in your closet and the book. So then that piece, and then the book lying down, like you said. And once a year, if you're not touching it sort of all the time, every time you touch it, I do want you to get some gloves. They're at the shopping, drloriv.com/shopping. You can get the white gloves, the cotton gloves. When you want to look at it, when you want to enjoy it, I don't want you to just let it sit there. Get the white gloves and page through. You can get them. They're inexpensive. Put it on that textile barrier, and then put the book down. You could cover it or not cover it, but don't put anything else on top of it. Okay? So I know it's going to take up a lot of room in the closet, but it's an important book, and I'm glad that you love art, and I'm glad that you're here with me. It's nice to see you, Paula.
Thank you so much.
Bye, honey.
Good
That's
evening.
wonderful. It's wonderful that she's learning in that way about the direct works of art of the late career of Henri Matisse, the great expressionist, a wonderful artist who said, I paint with my loins. He's an expressionist. I paint with my loins. Science gives me a toothache, he said. So a wonderful works in that particular book. Thank you, Diane, for the super sticker as well. I know a lot of you are learning art history from the channel, and a lot of you are learning how to identify these wonderful objects. I'm proud of a lot of you who are coming up with these ideas. I've got this white piece of paper. I'm going to figure out if I've got porcelain, and I know that I'm going to put the book down. And Tax and Business Zone Los Angeles, thanks again for supporting the channel. I appreciate that. I appreciate very much all of you who are supporting the channel with super chats and super stickers. So remember that there's a lot of ways that I can help you. Of course, this Ask Dr. Lori Live is one of the ways that I like to get a direct connection with all of you so you can learn. Many of you, of course, are asking the questions and commenting. I get back to the comments, and I'm giving you the expert answers to your questions, those answers that will help you to make the right decision when you're at the estate sale, the yard sale, the flea market, grandma's basement, wherever you might be finding art, antiques, and collectibles for your home, for your own collection, and of course for resale. The thrifting community, of course, a lot of fun. I hope you'll share the channel and continue to share the channel. Thank you for being with me here tonight. I'm Dr. Lori. See you next time.